So
what?
happy Monday.
Indeed, it's Monday again. I can't believe it. It was only Monday, 7 days ago.
Oh, ha ha. Ha ha ha. Any news? Anything interesting happened to you the past week?
Well,
Since we last spoke, because we don't speak any other time except
we don't. I didn't even know. Who are you, by the way? What are you doing talking into a microphone at the other end of the room? Well, this is how interesting my life is. I discovered TikTok.
My God.
I downloaded the TikTok app on my new mobile telephone device.
I know. But you haven't actually posted anything. You're just watching.
Oh, God, no. That's just a step too far at the moment. At the moment, I'm just simply a spy. An observer on the TikTok community.
But have you actually been watching or not?
I've watched some. There seem to be quite a lot of people trying to play pranks on people, which aren't that funny. And also talking animals seem to appear quite a lot.
Really?
Yes.
That's on you, though, because it differs from people to people.
Well, obviously this is something to do, maybe because I selected one with a talking dog.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting sent all other talking creatures.
Yeah, it has a very specific algorithm.
Yeah.
So it can see what
it's a bit like Google and all those kinds of things. It's kind of like,
you like this.
Yeah, they're obviously interested in talking dogs. So I send them all other kind of garbage to do with pets of any kind.
Initially, it had a lot of dancing on it. It still does. There's a lot of TikTok dances specifically. But yeah, so how's your experience with TikTok?
Well, I think my first, you said, have I posted on it yet? And no, I haven't, but I'll probably work up to it because one of my...
You will?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Well, I didn't say how quickly,
okay.
but one of the things that I thought was very noticeable is that everybody that I saw, excluding the animals, of course, was probably under the age of 25.
But that's your TikTok. I have some older people on mine.
Well, get you. But my point is that where are the old people? This does not represent the demographic of the population of the United Kingdom, for that matter, the world. But
I don't think you've been on TikTok long enough to have that much of an opinion.
Well, my point is, where are the old people?
There are a lot of old people on TikTok. You just haven't seen them. I don't know why you're getting kiddie content, but there are quite a few.
Kiddie content. I'm getting pet content and people playing rather stupid pranks. And...
that's kid content.
Oh, is it? maybe this is the mental age rather than the physical age. I don't really know.
I think you just need to scroll more, and then gradually, as you like more stuff, it will kind of get to know what you're looking for.
The only old person I saw is somebody actually interviewing their granny, which actually I thought was a little demeaning. I think it was possibly making out their granny to be, I don't know.
There's a lot of grandparent content, but I think some of it's quite fun and cute.
Right.
I don't know what
fun
you're
and
seeing.
Cute. So that's your picture of grandparents, is it? Oh, grandparents are cute.
I don't know what you've been seeing, but I don't agree, but I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Well, it's one or the other. You either agree or you disagree.
Yeah. But what exactly... Yeah, but it's not exactly made... The demographic isn't exactly aimed at...
No, but all I'm saying is that... old people seem to be excluded from this and somehow. Well, they're not excluded because it's not as though if I submitted something they would bar me because I'm over a certain age. But it just seems to be a phenomena, and it's a very popular phenomenon at the moment. that seems to be engaging primarily people under the age of 25, as far as I can see.
I'm kind of disagreeing.
And they seem to be divorced from the rest of the world. That's my point.
I'm kind of disagreeing. TikTok
Well,
has a lot of doctors on there. A lot of celebrities are now on there.
Ooh.
Like, there's a lot of older people on there.
Oh, well, I'll just have to use...
I just think you're just not on that side of TikTok.
Yeah, okay.
Because for someone to be a doctor, they're over 25.
One would hope so.
So immediately that's an older demographic and a more professional demographic.
Right.
So I think you're wrong. I'm very sorry, but I just think you're not on that.
Well, okay, look, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go away. I'm going to look at it and investigate some more.
Mm-hmm.
And next week when we talk, I'll see whether or not I'm going to correct what I've just said.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right to a certain extent, obviously about ageism, but I think TikTok, it has so much content that you actually don't know how much is on there. I think there's just so many genres of content on there, and everyone sees something completely different.
Well, maybe they need to have a better way of navigating, perhaps. I don't know. Or maybe they could, you could fill in a form which would state something about your interests.
It does have that.
They never asked me.
But when you sign up, I swear it has a thing saying entertainment, games, this, cooking, whatever. Like, there's a whole cooking side of TikTok.
I must have, yeah, because that's the other thing is, what is it that with people wanting to share pictures of their food?
Yeah, but they're showing recipes, not pictures.
Oh, I asked some recipes admittedly, yeah. But anyway.
It's not the same.
But I wasn't asked what I was interested in.
That's weird.
Maybe they just bombarded me with... They've just bombarded me with what is trending, if that's the right word, at a particular point in time. And that does seem to be very much 25 and under.
Right. I think we need to go through your TikTok. Because I just think you're not having the proper experience. I'm not necessarily having the experience I want. Yeah.
So what kind of experience have you had with TikTok then?
I have a lot of different content.
Yes.
Like, I get a lot of political news or satire, if you will. Environmental.
I'm really missing out.
I do get some recipes.
Compared to talking dogs, this sounds really interesting.
I get music content. I get jokes. Oh my god! Most recently, I showed you some of these. I get this girl that sleepwalks.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. I think that was made up, actually.
I don't. Well, I whether it was made up or not, I thought it was funny. And the other one I saw. Speaking of dogs, I found this account, and there's this sausage dog, and he.
I had a dream about sausage dogs the other night.
He carries like massive sticks. When I say massive sticks, I mean massive sticks. And there's just...
Were these like balloons?
No, it's
dogs.
No, he's an actual dog, but he's carrying like a stick that's like 10 times his size.
Sorry, I thought you meant the dog was...
What?
I thought you meant the dog was like 6 foot long.
No, the dog is like carrying these sticks, and they put music over it, and he's just like walking in the park off a leash, and he doesn't care if he's gonna hit anyone with his stick. He like just keeps going.
Dogs are like.
It's quite cute and funny. So those are the 2 new accounts that I've followed. But yeah, I get a lot of different content.
I don't follow anybody. Actually, that's not true.
You follow me?
Yes.
I know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, in a sense, it's good because I'm getting more followers. But on another sense, what if I want to post something that's inappropriate humour or something?
Well, I don't know. Why would you want to hide that from your father?
I don't know.
You can always can you unfollow me? Can you sort of...
Can I remove you from my followers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could block you.
Oh well,
Probably. I don't know.
That's daughter love for you. I blocked my father on TikTok.
But yeah, do you want to share why you followed me on TikTok? Why you even kind of were prompted to make a TikTok?
Well, because you've been posting various things, which I'm sure you'll say a little bit more about in a moment, and you've been trolled.
Yeah, I got trolled on the internet. I wasn't exactly getting hate comments, but
no, they were, a lot of them were stupid, and they weren't necessarily. They're weren't
not directed
roll
at
over
me.
And die, bitch, or anything like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I was basically. It's funny because I was kind of laughing after a certain point because there were the TikToks of mine that got like the most kind of activity, like views and likes. I'd never had that many.
Why don't you tell listeners what we're talking about here? What is it that you posted?
I posted a bunch of TikToks about feminism and gender equality, if you will, and about gender inequality and the pay gap within the music industry. And a lot of people were not happy about that.
A lot of males in particular, I think. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't think there were any females unhappy about it.
Well, they might be unhappy about the pay.
Yeah. But I don't think anyone was like complaining. It was interesting. It was funny how some people would just be like, nah, that's shit.
Yeah, without qualifying that in any way.
Yeah. Or like, men are better though. Okay. Or I remember this guy basically would be like, and what's your source on this, kind of? And I said, oh, so and so and research. And he said, because I was like, I'm not going to list everything now. He said, oh, since it's based on research, then I guess I have to take your word for it. That validifies anything you say. And then I just gave him a bunch of resources. I was like, well, you can check this, and this out if you really want to. And then he was like, oh, but, and then he kind of changed the question. I'm like, you could just shut up.
Or admit that maybe you've got a point.
Or just read them. I don't know, like, you could just stop. And it was very interesting to me to see how many people would just rather deny statistics or facts for some people.
Well, yeah, statistics can be misleading, undoubtedly so. So has this still carried on? I mean, the debates, has it fizzled out now?
Yeah, it's fizzled out now. I've gone back to having about 5 likes. I got very excited with my 80-something, 1,000 views, and now I've gone back to 0.
So are you going to stoke this fire again?
Maybe. I think the thing with TikTok is there's so many trends and they're kind of fleeting and you kind of have to stay on top of them.
Yeah.
And you kind of, if you have something to say...
You've got to get in there now.
Yeah.
So you can spend your whole life just following TikTok, waiting for the moment to intervene and be trending.
I know, right? It's kind of... So I just happened to find the sound and I was like, oh, this is going to fit. So now I kind of, if I want to keep it going, I'd kind of have to find like a new sound or a new trend to kind of adapt to, I think.
So it could be like almost a full-time job.
Oh, it definitely is. I think, for example, if someone is a brand or working for brands, it's a full-time job to kind of stay on top of the trends and be like, how can I adapt this to what I'm trying to sell or what I'm trying to portray?
Curiously, I have neither the time nor inclination for this.
Well, I had the realization that unfortunately or fortunately, I do need to do this because I am still trying to create...
Well, you're trying to create a job in a career and a presence, if you like.
Yeah.
In a rather different way than I ever would.
Which kind of means that I do need to be scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting don't do it. It's just something that I would not wish to do.
No, but to me, it can get a bit like, I don't want to be on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that kind of person, and I feel like I'm spending so much time. And then
It's also not good for your eyes.
if I haven't created anything, or sometimes it can be very inspiring, or sometimes you can feel very like, oh, like.
Well, yeah, but you mentioned that, a lot of celebrities are on there. But actually, of course, I bet they're not. They're employing people effectively to do all that nonsense for them, surely.
Well, they know the potential that TikTok has. TikTok is like the new thing, and it's getting people viral and money and this very quickly for some people. So I think they've just jumped on it.
Well, as I say, the point I was making is that they have not possibly jumped on it, but their media consultants.
Yeah, maybe they have a media consultant saying, right, we're going to do this, film this TikTok, this is what you're going to do, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Get it done, posted.
Well, that's obviously what you need. You need a media consultant.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like when I'm one person, kind of also trying to think of the ideas, trying to research this, but also
you're waiting for your break, your big break.
It. Which is kind of fun, but I do get a bit, I don't know, a bit.
Well, it's more like work than fun.
Yeah, like or for example, Instagram's the same thing. I find it weird. I wasn't someone that cared about what I posted on social media. It was more like, oh, I like this, or this is fun, haha. And now I feel like I have to think it through and strategize and have content to post weekly and what have you. So now it's more of a job. And yeah, I think it's weird changing it into that. Because I realised that you have to take it seriously. You can't just...
No, because you're not going to get a following otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't have a following at all.
Yeah, but that's because you haven't made your account to have a following. You haven't posted anything to have a following.
Oh, no, that's a good point. I can't really have a following without any content.
Yeah. And I think it's also finding your niche with everything, It's finding what your content is. And I think I haven't quite figured out what to do to be music related, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out my content, but
well, from what I can tell, given that what I'm often being shown are the things that, I guess then I don't choose these, I'm just being sent to them for some reason. They seem to be something to do with animals, food, fashion and dancing.
You get fashion?
Yeah. So I don't know. Don't ask me why. Well, I'm obviously.
It is very big
when you look
right
at me,
now.
It is fairly obvious why I get fashion. But so actually, what we need to do is get a dog, dress it up, and get it to dance in front of some food.
Yeah, no, but I realised that it also means that that's the thing. You have to think stuff through.
I just did.
A lot. No, I know. But that's what I've been realising, that, you have to be like, I'm going to film with this sound and I'm going to film this clip, this clip, this clip. Sometimes, a very spontaneous TikTok will do amazingly well. But sometimes, I don't know. That's what I'm learning.
Has to be planned.
Yeah.
And you can see that some people, on the small sample that I've looked at, they put tremendous effort into filming these.
Mm-hmm. And they're not more than 1 minute, and that's where it's
some of them are just rubbish.
Yeah, some of them are. But I think there's just so much on there. But I got trolled for the first time. Actually, that's a lie.
But what did it feel like?
It's interesting because at first I was kind of inclined to reply.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was replying to some of them. And then after a certain point, I was like, kind of laughing at them because they got a bit stupid. So I thought, this is getting just silly now. So I replied to a few, and then other people started kind of replying and fighting with each other in the comments.
So you could just back off, and then became somebody else's fight.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, someone else is fighting the fight. I'm not really a kind of confrontation. It's the internet. I don't know who this person is. Do I really care? No. But would I like to give them some information to kind of food for thought? Maybe. But at the same time, I was like, I understand now.
But did you take it personally?
Not really, because it wasn't really a personal attack on me.
Well, yeah, you said that before.
No one really said, oh, look at you're this or that or so no, but I did understand the kind of saying where people are like, oh, bad publicity is publicity.
Sure.
Even though it wasn't bad, but I was like, all these people fighting in my comments is just getting my engagement up.
Yeah.
So
somebody might notice you.
Yeah. But I can see how it can be I can't imagine what it's like to have actual hate comments or trolls commenting on.
It must be so horrid.
You. Yeah, I've only ever had one hate comment, and I remember it. And it was I posted a cover, this must be like a year ago now, maybe 2 years ago. And I remember it was a Billie Eilish song. And someone commented, Billie Eilish doesn't have to show her tits to get views.
What? Billie Eilish doesn't have to show her tits to get what?
Views. Because I was wearing a kind of open top.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, but your point? And it was something along those lines, and probably something else. I think it was like, you suck. You know, Billie Eilish is much better than you. But I'm like, I never claimed to be Billie Eilish. I'm just covering her song. And I deleted it, and I remember a friend of mine saw it and reported it. And anyway, but I remember it. So imagine if you're like famous and getting these, you know, and maybe someone finds your insecurities, I don't know, whether it be your body image or something you do, and they're just bashing you. It must be very difficult.
And you just, I know it's a slightly different subject, but a friend, somebody I know quite well, who wrote something recently that various people have objected to, has actually had death threats. And absolutely outrageous. Just because essentially they've
said
researched
something
and written on something that people feel very strongly about.
See, which is, I don't really get it. So I remembered now, I did get some troll comments on my music video on YouTube,
right?
Which didn't really make sense.
Yeah. It's just maybe some silly, nasty people out there who just get fun slagging other people off.
You're just giving me a view. Again, you're just making up my engagement. You're just giving me more comments. But I don't know, it must be quite... I've never given my time to say something bad or nasty.
Right.
Unless it's... how should I say? Someone is doing something nasty already, if that makes sense. So if someone posts a video kicking a dog, for example, that's where I'd comment being like, what the hell is this? Like, blah, like, do you know what I mean? Report this video, who is... But in that kind of sense, not that I'd ever go out my way if there's like a pretty girl dancing and be like, oh my God, ew. Like saying hate stuff. Or just because I disagree. I don't know. Does that make sense? Like...
well, yes. I mean, if something is morally wrong, one should, stand up and maybe object. But just trashing people for the sake of your own self-gratification, you can do tremendous harm to an individual.
I just can't think in what kind of mindset you have to be to do that.
Sick, basically.
Yeah, or you must have so much kind of hate in your heart and for yourself.
Well, maybe
insecurity.
Not hate. Maybe, as I said sick, because it may be that they have a warped sense of humour and they think they're being funny.
Maybe. For example, I think the hate comments that I got on my music video I think they thought they were funny.
That's partly why I mentioned it. They probably might have thought, oh, actually, this is a funny comment, without really thinking about how the person at the other end is going to receive it. But, a lot of humour can be double-edged in that regard.
Yeah. So I think, every now and then you get celebrities or influencers or social media stars and whatever talking about, their mental health and comments and stuff. And I'm like, I kind of get it. I haven't gone through it, but I get it. Because, if you're spending all this time planning out this content, thinking it through, it's already quite difficult sometimes if you're feeling insecure. For example, my skin's been breaking out and I don't edit. I don't like Photoshop. I don't like any of that. So I feel insecure to take a picture, for example, right now. So imagine if I kind of worked past that and then someone to be like, look at that. Like, can't believe, why would you post that? Like, imagine if someone's pointing out stuff you're already feeling insecure about, but you have to keep posting. Like, it's your job.
That's all the body image stuff. I mean, so many people, because of the media pressure about how one is, what is perceived to be a gorgeous body, feel so insecure about their own bodies.
So, I don't know. I kind of give credit. Some people say, oh, it must be so easy to be an influencer or celebrity or whatever. And maybe in some senses it is, but maybe in others it's not. I think you need to have the ability to just block stuff out and kind of disassociate, like put your phone down and be like, okay, how others perceive me and their opinion of me isn't my problem. This is their own deflection of their own problems.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, what matters is what you think of yourself. But of course, that's very influenced, or can be very influenced, by what other people are saying. And that goes back to what you were saying about, if you put your head above the parapet, if you put stuff out there on TikTok, yes, people might have a swipe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the danger of doing it.
Yeah.
And you've got to be strong enough to ride above that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So how are you feeling now about posting on TikTok? Are you ready?
Well, clearly I'm not ready yet, because you were saying, you have to really think about what the content is going to be.
You kind of do and you kind of don't. Like, for example, I had TikTok. I basically downloaded TikTok in, I want to say last lockdown, so maybe March, maybe a bit before. And it was initially for fun, so it was an old account. I've changed my account now. I've made a new one to be like my professional account, if you will. And in that one, because I wasn't using it with the kind of aim of, this is my way to get people to listen to my music or find out who I am, and this Ellie Lav persona, if you will. I didn't care. I would just be like, oh, this is funny, post. I just thought my friends would see it, so I didn't really care.
Whereas now you do have to think of a wider audience and gathering a wider audience.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, my friends are probably, it's just my friends. I don't care about anyone else. So, yes and no. It's just that I've realised now that, I have to take it seriously because I didn't before. So I guess that's just maybe...
Well, I don't have to take it seriously, and I probably never will. But I will make some posts, but I've just really got to think what they might be and who I'm aiming them at. I think I know what I'm aiming them at. I want to make a point that old people matter as well.
All right.
Quite how I do that is another matter, and I haven't worked it out in my own mind yet.
You could call it your account Fathers of TikTok.
Well, I don't know. So you've got to
over 60s of TikTok.
You've got to create an account with. Sorry, I thought I had an account. I have to.
You have an account. You can change your username.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. So I don't have to use my real name.
No, my name's not my.
So you can hide behind, grumpy old man persona.
Of course.
Oh, well, I might need to make another account now. Yes. Well, okay, I've really got to do a lot more thinking on this. Just wait a week or two, listeners, and I will come back.
And Dad will have a lot more views and likes than me, and you will be TikTok famous, and I'll have to cling on to your fame. My claim to fame will be your TikTok. I'll be leeching off of you. Just you wait.
Well, I could. Well, if I do get lots of followers, which I very much doubt, I could then advertise your songs on it. Doesn't really matter who gets them if you're reaching out via. Anyway, sorry. I think this is all getting into fantasy now because I'm certainly a long way off posting anything, and the fact that anybody might actually want to watch it.
Right. I think we should give like an update in a few weeks or months of like how me trying to take social media seriously is going for me, and you not taking it seriously and trying to take a stand for the old people is going for you.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, how did we get into talking about TikTok? Oh, you asked me
what's new.
What's new? God, I wish I'd never said now.
We've just had a whole conversation about TikTok.
Yeah.
Anyway, follow me on TikTok.
Yes. How do they find you? Do they just type in Ellie Lav?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go. Maybe we should end it there.
Yeah. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone. And watch out for Ellie Love TikTok. Tic-tacs. That's something completely different. That's the mint.
Also, let us know how much time you actually spend on TikTok. Do you think we should post podcast-related TikToks?
If it's more than 5 minutes a day, that's very sad. No, unless you're doing...
It's very addictive.
I haven't reached
I've spent times where
addiction
I haven't realised that it's been half an hour and I'm just scrolling on my phone. It's bad. But should we post stuff about the podcast, do you think, on TikTok?
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that.
See?
Oh. Gosh, new possibilities.
If anyone has any ideas of podcast TikToks,
I think you should have a TikTok of very mundane things. So, for example, when I've got to change the tap the other day, maybe I should do a TikTok of that.
Right, I think we should stop this conversation.
What can be the most boring something that can be the most boring TikTok imaginable might actually go viral just because it's so mind-dumbingly dull.
I'm just not even gonna laugh. I feel like that's just dad humor.
Oh, then why are you laughing?
I'm laughing.
Pull yourself together, girl. It's only dad humor.
I'm laughing because you're laughing.
Right. I think we should stop because my daughter's having a seizure.
My eyes are crying. Nothing was funny. Yeah, I think we should stop. This conversation isn't... It's, you know, when conversations are just funny between you, then it doesn't make sense.
To the outside world.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to sound funny to anyone listening, so I'm going to cut it off. See you later.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Or evening.